forgive me, I've never been a great public speaker, but in any event, so I think like a lot of people, I was, raised super casually Christian. Like, yeah, we celebrated Christmas and Easter and all that stuff, but never much meaning was never really afforded to it. And then as I got older, I started asking myself questions like, hey, is this something I'm believing because I was raised in it, or is it because something I actually find important? And I was never really able to find any good answers for that. I never really liked real world churches. Every time I went, I felt like either someone was trying to sell me something. I felt like I couldn't connect to the sermons, and it was never for me. And then a couple years back, I saw just a random Google article of like, hey, there's this church in VR, and I was like, oh, that's really funny, actually. There's no way that can be a serious thing. And I started reading to it, and it very much was. And I ended up watching one of the live streams that they were doing, and I was like, hey, this is really good. I like what's here. And then I kind of forgot about it for a while. I kind of strayed off the path, and I kind of let God flow out of my life. And then a couple years later, I was like, I can do better than this. Something's missing from my life, and I don't know what that is. And I had gotten VR by that point, and I decided, hey, I remember that VRChat thing. Let me go check it out. And I came here for the first time, and it was the most wonderful experience I've probably ever had in VR. Everyone was very nice and friendly. The sermon was fantastic, and it reinvigorated me in a way that I never really felt. And so I started spending more time here, and I realized that there's so much I didn't know about God and what my relationship with him ought to be, because there's this whole culture that you kind of get the wrong idea until you actually start practicing, and you realize that there's so much love here that you don't get otherwise. And excuse me. And with my time here, I realized, oh, so that's what it means. And as time goes on, I've spent more time here, more time learning about God and cultivating my relationship with him, and realizing that, yes, this is something I believe in because it's something that I love and is good, and not something I was just raised in. And I'm so grateful for my time here, for the people who have taught me about God and who've brought me closer to him. And I'm grateful for my opportunity, even if it's not the most interesting story. It's often the more mundane ones that kind of give you the hope of, hey, you don't have to go through anything crazy to become closer with God. Sometimes it's the little things that just make it all more meaningful. But I won't ramble on too much longer. I think I've said what I needed to say, and I'm again very grateful for this opportunity